Shavua Tov. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rolene Marks. This is the Israel Brief, where you come every Monday to Thursday for your top stories from Israel. And as always, the Israel Brief is brought to you by Lay of the Land. We begin with the deadly earthquake, one taking place just before dawn this morning, Israel time, about 7.8 on the Richter scale, and another one just several hours ago, 7.5 on the Richter scale, that has devastated parts of Turkey and Syria. So far, about 1,200 people have been reported dead in Turkey and about 5,000 injured, and those numbers are expected to climb. White helmets in Syria reporting that over 500 Syrians have been killed and many, many more injured as a result of the deadly quakes. In the meantime, Prime Minister Netanyahu has confirmed that Israel will be dispatching elite search and rescue teams to both Turkey and Syria. Both countries have accepted Israel's offers for aid. This is an area where Israel leads, and regardless of diplomatic ties, because technically Israel and Syria are in a state of war, we have no formal diplomatic ties. It doesn't matter. Wherever there is a disaster, a natural disaster, Israel will be one of the first, if not the first, to respond. Recently, the United Nations awarded Israel's elite search and rescue teams the title of being the best in the world. Earlier today, Foreign Minister Eli Cohen spoke to his Turkish counterpart and expressed his condolences and said that Israel will prepare with immediate effect aid packages. And Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has given the go-ahead to the IDF to dispatch their home front command and field hospital teams. The White Helmets in Syria have said that the earthquake has resulted in absolute devastation where it has hit, and many are trapped underneath the rubble, and that doesn't just pose a threat to their safety, but the cold does as well. Meanwhile, locally, Home Front Command have reissued earthquake warnings, what to do in the event of an earthquake, because tremors were felt as far as Tel Aviv earlier this morning, and as far as where I am in Modi'in a little later today. We will keep you updated as to what transpires both in Turkey and in Syria. Israel's Foreign Minister Eli Cohen is set to visit Kyiv later this week. This will be the first visit of an Israeli government official to the Ukrainian capital since the beginning of the war last February. But the Ukrainians have made a few demands of the foreign minister before he visits. Ukraine has requested a $500 million loan from Israel and has also requested that Israel puts out a very public statement condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, of course, as we've been speaking about numerous times on the Israel Brief, Israel has good diplomatic relations with both Ukraine and Russia. We have massive Jewish communities in both countries. And of course, we have to be very cognizant of Russian presence on our borders. The third demand has been for Israel to allow in hundreds of injured Ukrainian soldiers and civilians for treatment in Israeli hospitals. Over the weekend, the head of South Africa Rugby Union withdrew an invitation to Tel Aviv Heat to participate in a rugby tournament in that country in March. The head of South African Rugby Union said that he had taken into account arguments made by various stakeholders, but did not give any further details. He did go on to say he's fully aware that the Israeli rugby is a part of World Rugby and part of the International Olympic Committee. And just to remind South Africa Rugby Union that you would be in flagrant violation of their laws. Just saying. He did not give any further details as to who the stakeholders are, but writing in an op-ed to Politics Web, a locally based news site, BDS South Africa claimed a victory. And finally, Storm Barbara is battering parts of Israel. There have been high winds and storms across the country. Many have been reported to be injured. So if you are in Israel, just be aware and stay safe on the roads in the inclement weather. And that brings us to the end of today's headlines. Don't forget to check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. All our original content goes up there. We have many requests from people about writing content. So if you want to write for Lay of the Land, please be in touch with us via our website or via our Facebook page at Lottel's site. We know that Facebook is clamping down on people seeing content and where we are and what we are doing without being monetized. So if you do see us, please give us a like, a follow, and share our content. Our YouTube channel is at The Israel Brief. If you haven't already subscribed, please join our growing community by clicking on the red subscribe button, liking and sharing our content. And we're on Twitter at Lay of the Land 5. I'm Rolene Marks, and this is The Israel Brief, and we'll check in with each other tomorrow for your top stories.